Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards. The Spirit Animal Oracle, if I can get it in focus, by Colette Baron Reed. I think it's in focus. The viewfinder on this camera is so small. It's like, I don't know sometimes. Libra. Okay. Okay. Stay strong. That's the first thing I'm getting. Like, stay strong through this situation. You do need to be a part of it. You are on point with what needs to be happening, what needs to happen. Let's get it clarified there. People are going to try to make you self-doubt is what I'm already getting. So just be careful about, it's the way they're making you self-doubt. It's not like they're giving you direct confrontation. I feel like they're moving things around you to make the perception of what's happening not quite actual, like not quite factual. Like they're going to move things around so it looks different than it actually is. It's kind of like, putting like a blue filter on your camera, and that way you look at red things and they look a little purple. They're making things look different than they actually are. It's kind of like that is what I feel like we're going for. So just keep in mind the way you originally see it. Just keep it in mind, because that's the right way to see it. And that's what I'm getting with the pig spirit here in the beginning. Because I feel like a pig, I don't feel like it's an ugly animal. I feel like it can be a very beautiful animal. I don't know why. I know people have said that to me. Like, I don't know if a pig is really attractive. But I think they're cute. I don't know why. Like these, especially the one on this card, it's a little cute pig. But the way I'm seeing this is like you might see the situation, you might see the advantage here, or you might see the beauty here, but other people may not. And I read cards intuitively, if you didn't know. So even if you don't think the pig is a beautiful animal, it's not about that. The point is, you might see the beauty in this situation that other people don't. You might see things here that other people just don't see it that way. And that's okay. Your different perspective is necessary. It's purposeful. How you're seeing it in the beginning, try to remember that, even if you have to write it down, because some of you, I feel like that could extremely be helpful. Write it down. I have a weird habit of writing lists down and then taking a picture of them so they're on my phone. That way I don't have to keep the list in my pocket. I just pull out my phone and just look at the list after I took a picture of it. I don't know, just something that will remind you of what you originally thought. You need to remember your original thought, because it seems like that's the point that's most aligned with the truth. Because when you're getting involved in this situation, it's not just because you're bored. It's because you're emotionally invested. You got the King of Cups here. It's not like, well, I'm just hanging out, I guess I'll meddle in somebody's business. It's not like that. It's kind of like, this is going on with some people I care about, and I just feel like that's going to be a mess if I don't kind of get in there and try to help. And I don't want the people I care about, like, it's almost like you're seeing something happen and you're like, that person I care about, and this one's going to take advantage of them. And I don't think that's right. And I can't just stand by and let that happen. So you're getting involved, and that's why, though, because you care. And you're just like, I'm just not going to let this person I care about get walked over. I'm not going to allow that. When you get involved, you do seem to restrict somebody. This is where I'm saying, remember in the beginning how you saw it, because you're correct in the beginning. They're going to see, they know why you're getting involved. It's just they're not taking you serious until you're literally in their way. Because I'm getting it's getting stronger. Like, they don't take you serious at first. At first you see the problem, right? Because they're not hiding it from you. They don't take you seriously. Once they see that you can be a roadblock for them, oh, you literally are going to stop me from taking advantage of this situation. That's what I'm getting. Oh, okay, let me just make it look like that's not what's happening, and then the Libra will leave me alone, and then I can do what I want. That's where I feel this going, because they're feeling trapped, and they're like, wait a minute, the Libra's stopping me. All right, how do I deal with this? And they're getting ideas right off the bat. See, they're getting ideas, they're taking action to change the situation. Here's literally what's happening in the situation. It looks like they're kind of leaving it. Now, if you look at this card, it's the Seven of Swords. That's like a thief in the night. This is somebody getting away with something they shouldn't. It also, if you look at it just carefully, it looks like somebody's leaving a situation. The thing is, this person is leaving it, sort of, but they're taking what they want from it. So be careful. This person is changing the perception of the whole landscape. They're going to make it look like they stepped out, or they're going to make it look like they've changed their ways. You know, they're not doing things that way, but they're still working behind the scenes to get what they want. Keep your original thought. Like, I really feel like if you write it down and you refer back to it, I feel like that'll help you see what was there before and realize it's still happening that way. Because there's these three cards. I like Crow Spirit. There's Crow, and I like it, but the Crow can be meddlesome. It can be a little bit of a meddler. It can be a little bit of a shit starter. I'm sorry, but it can. And I like this energy. I do. There's good points, and there's bad. It's like any energy in the world. It's how it's affecting your life at the moment. There's good and bad to everything. You know what I mean? Depends on how you're dealing with it. The Badger. Feeling like this is be bold and assertive. Be fearless and bold. I kind of feel like this need to own something. Almost like whoever this is feels like they are owed this situation. Their outcome, they feel like they're completely entitled to get that. They don't think it's right you're standing in their way. They're just finding a way to walk around you. The reason they're still coming at it and still trying to get what they think they are entitled to is because literally they feel like they're entitled to it. The last card here is Chameleon. They're going to make you see it in a way. They're going to try to like fake you out. They're going to make it look like they're not doing anything that's unscrupulous. So be careful. They're going to try to make you see what they think you want to see. So the three of these together is kind of like a meddlesome. It's kind of meddling. I feel like it's meddling. Like the Crow goes a lot of different ways for me when I read it. Can be a little bit meddling. The Badger is kind of like an entitlement feel. Like this is mine and I'm going to fight for it. The Chameleon is kind of like masking it all over so you don't see that this is all happening. Making it look prettier than it actually is. There's very interesting energy going on here. I feel like these two energies are going to balance a little bit. They're going to try to cater to you, especially with that Chameleon energy, and then the Six of Pentacles coming out of that. They're going to try to cater to you, butter you up if they can, distract you more than likely, so that you don't see that they're getting what they want. They're gonna kind of cheese up to you a little bit, if you will, kiss your butt a little bit, so that you don't notice, or hopefully don't notice, what they're really doing. They're gonna like play up like, look at all the good I'm doing. Oh, you were right. Oh, you were right, Libra. I shouldn't do it that way. You were right. So I'm doing it this way over here now. You see how I'm doing it over here? Look at this. No, look over here, Libra. Look at this, Libra. Look what I'm doing over here. Look how isn't this great? Isn't this awesome? Meanwhile, over behind your back, they're still getting what they want. They're just kind of like putting on this light and sound show over here. Bam, 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 bam. And you're like, whoa, what's going on there? Meanwhile, over here where you know it's not as loud, they're kind of like, yeah, I'm getting what they want. You know what I mean? They might kind of try to snow you. You have the Ten of Pentacles. So you have, how's this Ten of Pentacles holding on for you? Because if I just center into this, it's the false sense of security, I feel. Everything seems to be working out. Everybody seems to be getting along. And that's another thing with this situation. This person is making you feel like everybody's happy with what they're getting, yet they're still getting more than they deserve. And I feel like that's the thing with this Ten of Pentacles on your side. You may not question it because you don't see it. And then after it's all said and done, it's like you're not seeing it when it's happening. That's what I'm missing. You're not going to see it while it's happening. After it's all said and done, you're kind of wondering, well, now that's all done and they kind of got away with it, but did they? Because you could call it out for what it is. Should I just let it be? Is it going to matter now? Because it seems like they got away with it. I feel like the reason you want to call this out is because this is a pattern. This is a cycle. It keeps happening with this person. It's a pattern. Goes over and over and over. And even after this happens, I feel like you see the truth of it though, and you're questioning, like, should I even bring it up at this point? Is it even worth it? Because they seem to have gotten away with it. They're going to keep getting away with it though until somebody really points out what's going on here. And the question is this going to keep going or not? Because this is a battle. This is going to be quite the battle. They're not going to give up. They are used to getting their way. They're used to working around people. This is how it's been solidified for a long time. That's why I'm getting the Knight or the King of Pentacles. This person always does this. It seems to keep getting away with it. Because they keep getting away with it, they have no intention of stopping. And that's why they're saying in the very beginning, write down how you see it, because that's the truth. Pay attention to what's going on here. I do feel like this person will get away with it this time around, but they're saying don't back down. It doesn't have to be a big argument, but you have to kind of like you have to like show other people what's going on here. You gotta shine the light on this situation, kind of like, oh my gosh, when it was happening, I saw the light and sound show, and I was so taken in by it, I didn't realize behind the scenes, behind me, we were getting robbed blind. I had no idea. And I understand that now that's over, we can't recoup that, but I think this is something this person does. I think this is a way of life for them, and I think the only way we can protect ourselves from this is to realize they will do that again and decide what we need to do about that. The Rhino is kind of like persisting, not letting it go, overcoming any obstacle, but I feel like that's how you would overcome this obstacle. Even when it's said and done and it's passed on, it just seems like a done deal. You got to persist with like getting the truth out there, making the people who were affected by it see it and be like, listen, before you get stuck in this again, before this happens to you again, let's recognize it for what it really happened and why it happened and when it happened and who was a part of that. So that, maybe next time around, and there will be a next time around, there's a better chance of protecting themselves from this. You know what I mean? Be very careful of this energy. It seems to go dormant, but it's not going to stop. It does seem to go dormant. Like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, I feel like this is coming through. I don't understand why you're making a big deal. It's over. It's done. I did deserve that. I did all this. I did all that. They're kind of like, it's all said and done. I don't know why you're dragging up the past. I don't know why you have to make a big deal of something that's gone by. It's not, it's gone. It's done. It's water under the bridge. Why can't you just let it go? I've noticed people who do that. I'm sorry, but I do notice that people who get all upset about dredging up the past is because they don't want to be called out on something that they like to continually do, because they want to do it again. And if you analyze it and see it for what it really was and realize it's their pattern, the next time they try to do it, it's going to be a lot harder for them to do it. So that's why they're being so difficult about it. And I've noticed that with people. I have. If they get really upset about dredging up the past, it's because they don't want people to see the ins and outs of their pattern and how they get away with things, because it's not a one-time thing. It does go dormant. It does seem a little bit whiny. It keeps walking away like, oh, you're dredging up the past. Stop dredging up the past. You're making something out of nothing. It's not the case. You're pointing out what's happening. You're pointing out a cycle, and you're trying to help people be more protected in their own situation before it happens to them yet again. The Four of Wands is telling me you can bring a lot of stability into this. There doesn't have to be arguments. When this person has this attitude and kind of like you're dredging up the past, why can't you just let it go? If they could just kind of move away from it, and you could, even if you have to talk to certain people one-on-one and just tell them, the reason I want to keep talking about this is because I think it's a pattern. I think it keeps happening. The only way to break the pattern is to recognize it, and I want you to really see it, because I believe if you see it, you can break it. You don't have to keep repeating it and get shortchanged constantly. It's very helpful energy you have here. I don't feel like this has to be a big, I don't think it has to be all that controversial in the sense of people arguing and yelling at each other. I don't feel like it has to go there. this energy that's doing it could go there if they get, like, if they really feel like you hit a nerve, or you really figured something out and they realized you really uncovered the truth. Like, if you hit a nerve, like you're exposing them and they don't want to be, they could blow up. I don't think you're going to see it coming, but if it does happen, just absorb that moment, remember what was said before they blew up, and then just like pull that back and think about that afterwards. You might get a little extra help in like debunking the situation. So if it does happen, it doesn't have to, but if it does, where somebody blows up and gets really angry and starts screaming and yelling, remember what happened just before they blew up. It could help you debunk what they're really doing. It's kind of like you found their little secret ace in the hole, like the ace that keeps tucked up their sleeve. You might have found it. You know what I mean? So, anything else here? This is not a waste of your time. That's one other thing that this person is going to try to really drill home. They're going to try to make it look like you, or even try to make you feel like you're wasting your time with this situation. Just, that's again why I feel like you want to write down how you view it in the beginning, just to remember how much this person takes advantage of things. Because I feel like they're going to try to like wind you down, kind of like you're just, like you're wasting time, you're wasting other people's time. It's not. You are, this is good. Hold on to this, persist with this. And just tell people why you want them just to, it's always good to look back and see what went wrong so you don't repeat it. Because if we don't look back and do a self-audit about how did we get here, then we're going to end up here again. The only way we could not end up here again is to really own our peace and be like, oh, this is what I did and I allowed that person that. They may have been taking advantage of it, but how did I allow them that grace to do that? I'm going to put this down. I'm going to shut this down. Can we shut it down? All right. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.